What if I told you the secret to changing your entire life, your career, your health, your confidence, is just 5 seconds long? I know, sounds kind of gimmicky, right? But just stick with me on this.
Hey, welcome to The Explainer. This is where we take big, life-changing ideas and break them down in under 5 minutes. Today, we're jumping into a tool that promises to do exactly that.
Okay, so to really get why this rule is so powerful, we've got to go back to the very beginning. And let me tell you, the beginning was rough. We're talking absolute rock bottom.
And we're not talking about just a bad day here. This was a full-on, life-spiraling, out-of-control situation. This was the reality for Mel Robbins, the woman who came up with this rule. Every single morning, she'd start her day with defeat, hitting that snooze button over and over again, completely stuck. She knew what she had to do, but she just couldn't.
And you know the crazy part? The villain in this whole story? It wasn't bad luck. It was this tiny, almost invisible force that lives in that little gap between knowing what you should do and actually doing it. Hesitation. That split second of doubt that just stops you in your tracks.
So, how do you fight something that's so wired into you? Well, the answer didn't come from some self-help guru or a fancy seminar. Nope. It came from a random commercial on late-night TV. Just picture it. She's just flipping through channels, trying to escape, and bam! A rocket launch fills the screen. You know that iconic countdown? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. And right there, something just clicked. A crazy idea sparked. What if she could launch herself out of bed, just like that rocket? And that simple thought became the rule itself. The idea is actually pretty profound. The moment you have an instinct to speak up in a meeting, to start that workout, to make that call, you've got this tiny 5-second window to physically move. If you don't, your brain slams on the emergency brake with fear, doubt, and a million excuses. So, how do you actually do it? It's basically a 3-step launch sequence for anything. Step 1, you feel that instinct to act. Step 2, you immediately start counting backward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This totally interrupts your brain's habit of hesitating. And step 3, the second you hit 1, you move. You stand up, you say the words, you start writing. That physical movement is everything.
And look, this isn't some woo-woo mind trick. There's actual science to this. It's a form of metacognition, which is just a fancy way of saying you're outsmarting your own brain. By counting backward, you're literally shifting gears from your autopilot brain to your prefrontal cortex. That's the part that makes conscious, deliberate choices. You're taking back control.
Okay, think about that for a second. If one tiny action can actually rewire your brain, what could it do for your life? Seriously, what rocket are you trying to launch? I want to know. Launch your idea into the comments below. What's the first thing you would use the 5-second rule for?
All right, but this isn't just a cool theory, right? People all over the world started using this simple little tool and wow, the results are just incredible.
I mean, check out Malzakme. Used it to get over that classic fear we all have, talking to the boss about what's next in your career. 5 seconds of courage, and it led to a conversation that could change everything.
And then you've got Laura. Her story is just a massive transformation. We're talking a huge income boost, a finished degree, climbing actual mountains. It's all about that chain reaction, building one small win on top of another.
And here's Ken, using it to break through that awkwardness at a conference. I mean, how many times have we all missed out on an opportunity just because we waited a few seconds too long? It's crazy when you think about it.
Okay, this is it. This is the big reveal. The real secret to why this whole thing actually works. We're always told to wait for motivation to strike before we do anything, right? What if that's totally wrong?
Because the secret, it's not motivation. Let's be real, you are never going to feel like doing the hard stuff. The secret is finding these tiny 5-second bursts of courage to push yourself to act before your feelings even get a say in the matter.
It really all boils down to this one simple truth. That little voice inside you, that instinct that says, go for it. It has an expiration date, a really, really short one. You have to honor it with action. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or your brain, in its effort to keep you safe and comfortable, will kill that instinct every single time.
Okay, theory time is over. It's your turn. Knowing this stuff is great, but doing it, that's where everything changes. So let's make this real, right now. I'm calling this the Wake Up Challenge. It's super simple. Tonight, before you go to bed, set your alarm for 30 minutes earlier than usual. And then, this is the most important part, put it way across the room. The moment that thing goes off, don't think, don't hesitate, just start the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and launch yourself out of bed. No snooze. If you can win the first 5 seconds of your day, you prove to yourself that you're in charge.
So I'm going to leave you with this. You are always, always one decision away from a completely different life. The only question left is, what will your next 5 seconds decide?